Hi, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Chad Myers here. The Friday morning weather models are in, and I kind of want to give you an update of what we're thinking now as the low pressure heads toward the East Coast. Watches and warnings are posted all the way from really the Dakotas all the way to Maine. We expect that's where the storm is going to hit the hardest. So I'm going to take you hour by hour. We're going to take you to tonight. 10 o'clock tonight, Chicago, you begin to see the snow. Why snow could be enhanced in Chicago is because of the lake effect snow with the wind coming in from the east. Typically, the wind comes in from the other direction and takes that lake effect snow to Grand Rapids and South Haven. But not this time. With the winds coming from the east, that's where you could get a little enhancement with Chicago. And so now the forecast is somewhere between 8 and 10 inches, with some spots maybe 12 if you get the wrong enhancement. Eventually, the wind will come in from the northeast and even blow some into the south towns, maybe toward Gary, and so on and so on. Now I moved you ahead to 2 o'clock for tomorrow, and here's the low pressure. And the position of the low is very important with this storm, because to the north of the low, to the south of the snow, there's going to be an ice event. This is an ice storm for some of you. Sleet and freezing rain. The closer you are to this warm front, the closer you're going to be to freezing rain. The farther you are away and closer to the snow, that's when you'll get the sleet mixing in. Sleet is freezing rain that has frozen on the way down. So now we move you ahead from 2 o'clock. Snow not into New York City tomorrow, but very heavy snow into Cleveland, Columbus, also into Indianapolis and St. Louis. Moving you ahead as the low moves farther to the east, that's when the storm system is going to get very interesting. And a tricky forecast with the same warm front that we talked about back out toward the Midwest. There's going to be a transition across New York City and Long Island where some of you along Long Island, especially the South Shore, may be 40 degrees in rain, but only 40 miles farther to the north, it could be 30 and very heavy snow. So that's that transition we always talk about from one storm, which is a rainstorm, to an ice storm, to a sleet storm, to a snowstorm. And it's the potential here with this warm front to either be farther to the north, here, or farther to the south. If this front sets up a little bit farther to the north, New York City, you get all rain. If this front is down here, even 30 miles farther south, New York City, you're going to get an ice storm, and then even toward Yonkers and Poughkeepsie, absolutely all snow. And what I'm worried about for New York City is that potential for the ice storm, for maybe an inch of ice in some spots, on branches, on power lines, bringing down power lines, taking down power lines, and taking out power for a lot of people. So by Sunday morning, Boston, you're in it to win it. Still some rain coming in along the Cape, but enough rain, snow, and then sleet into Boston that I'm worried about. Worcester, maybe 20 inches of snow there. Farther to the north into Maine, again, maybe 20 inches of snow in some of those spots. And then farther on up into New England, absolutely heaven when it comes to ski resorts for Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday. By Sunday night, the storm is gone, making wind for Atlantic Canada, and the cold air wraps in. Very cold air. The morning low in New York City, maybe 5. So if you've had rain or freezing rain or snow and it's still sitting there, even though it's 34 degrees, by morning it's going to be 5 or 10. That's all going to be completely frozen. So here's a snowfall forecast all the way from Kansas City through Minneapolis, through Chicago as well, and then on up into New England with 18 to 24 inches of snow there. Some of those spots there in Albany are going to be very heavy. Poughkeepsie, right all the way down the Hudson River, significant snowfall. But this is the real concern, the ice storm, sleet and freezing rain mixing in, piling up. If you get all liquid, if it's 30 degrees and raining, expect your power to go out unless all the power lines in your area are buried underground. And we know for a fact that that's not the case in many communities in the Northeast. So stay safe. We'll keep you advised.